came back and they got married. Exactly what I wanted to happen happened. Miss Lavender and Stephen Irving got married. As soon as I, as soon as like she like was developed like a tenderheartedness for the son, and he like took to her like immediately like a mother. I was like, yes, they need to be like a little family, and they are now, y'all. And Anne is sort of still like she's kind of seeing Gilbert in a new kind of way, and it's kind of irking her a little bit right now still. But that's sort of like where we um, left off, and I finished book two. I'm so happy. Oh, I love this book. Oh my god, I love this book. I love this whole series. I've already started book three. I've already started annotating it a little bit. Yeah, I'm just 22 pages in. 22 pages in. Absolutely loving it. We're getting a little, the Gilbert and Anne story is kind of beginning. She is like completely like seeing him in a new light, and she's starting to acknowledge her feelings for him, and they are going off to college. Um, I think I not like to get like they're going together, but like I think he's going to one college and like she's going to another. I don't think they're going to the same college, but because I don't think that they had co-ed colleges back then. I could be wrong, but I'll remember like as I continue to read, that'll be made more clear to me because I don't remember it right now. But oh, I I can't even I cannot even with this series and just oh, it's helped a lot. It's helped a lot. Um, so I hope you all guys had a great Christmas. And when I say that that series has helped a lot, eh, the week of Christmas was very hard for me, and I couldn't figure out really like why, because I just the days like sort of leading up to it, I just felt this heaviness and like this sadness kind of come over me because I think I mentioned in my last vlog, I am not a big fan of holidays because growing up in my house, holidays always meant um, fights and just families like sort of getting together and just even like just growing up like as a child, um, there was a lot of again like arguments and like family stuff and just family drama and just I don't like something would like happen sort of in that sort of environment that people would just like there was all this like excitement and everything like building up like towards the holiday, and then like when the day happened people were just like in a bad mood or like just angry or just sad or and it became more like I would dread the holidays, and that still has sort of carried over with me into adulthood where even if like I'm not like in that environment anymore, um, I still carry that sort of heaviness with me, and that sort of dread and dislike of the holidays. Um, so this week sort of leading up to Christmas, I sort of it just wasn't. I sort of just had that heaviness sort of with me, and I know a lot of people who have that same sort of depressive sort of feeling around the holidays, and my heart definitely goes out to you because I know the feeling. I know how it feels. And then it was just sort of getting worse and worse, coupled with, and I think my sister pointed out this to me, that this is our second Christmas without our other sister who passed away in July of 2021. Um, so that could have been adding to it as well. Um, so yeah, it was just getting like worse and worse, and coupled with the fact that the weather has been like freezing cold and we've had snow, and I have not been able to go on my walks really, um, as much as I would like to, um, and just the I worked Christmas Eve, and it was a short shift, and thankfully, because like the heaviness like in my heart and in my mind was just sort of getting worse and worse, and then I got home and I just cried. I just unloaded and just bawled my eyes out for no specific reason, but it was just really, really sad. And um thankfully the next day I was going over to my sister's because I usually go over to her place on Christmas Day, and that helped. That helped. Um, we had a She made the best turkey, and uh, hung out with the little niece and the nephew, and it was just lovely. Um, yeah, oh, I guess I can show you guys what I got. Bring that a little bit. So, show you what I got here. First, this is a tradition. I They always get me liquor-filled chocolates. Now, I am not much of a drinker. Um, really, not like white wine usually. Um, and that's usually like maybe like once a month or so when I'm doing my Hershey's Chocolate Kisses reactions, the Turkish drama that I react to on YouTube. That is not the name of the show. I cannot pronounce the name of the show because I'm an ignorant Canadian girl. It's Hercai. I react to that television show. And that show makes me drink because a lot of crazy sauce and melodrama and all that stuff. But I love liquor filled chocolates. I love them. I don't know what it is. The combination of like the liquor and the sweet. I don't know. But yeah, it's a tradition. My other sister used to get me brandy beans, which is chocolate filled with brandy in the shape of like little beans. Um, and so I got these this year. Let me see. Let me see what else. Oh, she got me this shirt. I love this shirt so much. I should have worn it now, but I went on my walk and changed into my PJs and like changed into my yeah. So Is that not so awesome? I If you can't see it, it says, I am a writer. Anything you say or do may be used in a story. Yep, pretty much. Ooh, retail? Let me tell you. If you peeve me off in retail, I will use you in a story and give you the grisliest death I can think of. Or the stupidest death I can think of. Yeah, that will happen. Um, you can't see it? It says, yes, I really do need all these books. We have Cushy Socks. This one says, I loves watching Supernatural. This one says, loves watching Outlander. Two of my favorite shows of all time, which I also do reactions for here on YouTube. These are the just little adorable, cute, little funky stickers. Let me show you some of them. Like the boys, Sam, Sam and Dean, Dean. Ooh, my baby. And just different sort of like stickers like that. So those are awesome. I gotta figure out what I'm going to put those on. That. And oh, this Supernatural kind of little thermos muggy thing with little drink out of there. You can see, yeah, there you go. So Supernatural little muggy thing. My sister has one. I have one now. Um, yeah. So that is what I got for Christmas. Um, so yeah, just got back from my walk. So feeling much better. Much better. Um, so glad that I was able to go on my walk. This week the weather's supposed to be nice. Went out today, it's like 2-3 degrees. It's, if you go out like in your coat, I didn't have to like wear many layers, and like you're comfortable. I just got my scarf, my coat, sweater. Didn't have to wear like an extra cardigan or anything over top it. Um, yeah, it was just nice, and I feel really, really good right now. Um, so went to the library, and I'll show you that in a second. But first, let me show you a little grocery haul that I did because I needed to get some stuff. Mainly, what I needed to get was a new USB drive because my laptop is getting full, and I need to move some stuff over to a drive. And when I went the first time, they didn't have any, and I went this time, and they had one. And the last time I went, I think I showed you guys that I got $30 worth of points. So I was able to spend those $30 worth of points towards what I bought today, including that USB drive, which really came in handy. So let me show you guys what I got first. Let's do this bag first. Now, I have been wanting, I needed rice, but this is not the rice that I wanted, but it was the only rice that they had besides like jasmine rice, which is like more like fragrant, and sort of like basmati rice, which wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted just regular rice. So this is sort of like what they had, and so it's what I got because I wanted to have rice with, I have a pork chop defrosting. I want to have that for lunch. And I'm out of like my regular rice. So got my rice. Then I needed to get tissue. And whoop, I got cream cheese because there was a bonus points promotion for like 600 points if you get the cream cheese. So I figured I was kind of looking like what was I going to get for breakfast because I finished today breakfast. I had nothing for breakfast like tomorrow, unless I would have made like toast or something, but I didn't really feel like it. But I got the cream cheese, and show you the other bag has bagels. So got that. I put that there. And I got this duo of those fragrant oil things because my wallflower from Bath and Body Works finished, and I didn't want to go to the different mall today to get more of them. I'll save that for like another day, another trip. And so I just picked up these two, and they're a duo of oh, there they are. There's the scratch and sniff. Smells good. It's brown sugar and vanilla. So I'm gonna be plugging that in a little bit. So that was that bag. And the next one, I was out of coffee, so I picked up the Tim Hortons French Vanilla Cappuccino. And it's, again, it's one of those sort of like has everything already in it. Has the milk, has the sugar, and coffee sort of all together in one. And I think it was like $8, $9, $9.49. So that. Ugh. Drop it. There's the bagels to go with the cream cheese. Potato chips, ketchup potato chips because that's my blood type. Stay. And I got for like nighttime snacks and stuff with my tea. I got, they were two for $5. There's the chocolate digestive biscuits and the fruit cream biscuits. Now, funny thing about this one, when I was little, I did not like these cookies. I did not like these ones with like the fruit sort of cream, chewy fruit thing in the middle. I don't know why, but now as an adult, I love them. I absolutely love them. I don't know why. It's so weird how that happens. Like, it's like your taste buds develop and change with age. So I'm always telling my niece, like, oh, she's like, I don't like this or I don't like that, and I'm like, there's a very good chance you're gonna love it when you get older. And she's like, no, I won't. No, I won't. we shall see. We shall see. And I'm running low on my iron pills, so I had to get more. And the Nature's Bounty ones that I would usually get, regular price now, they're like 14 something. When regular price, they used to be like 11 something. So that has gone up, and that's gone up like not okay. So I got the store sort of generic Life brand ones, which are the same. They do what I need them to do, because I don't, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned iron pills. I'm anemic. Yeah, so I needed to get those. These were $10.49. $10.49 regular price. So I saved like $4. And they do the same, basically. So I got that. And finally, I got my USB. What I went there for. And this is the 64 gigabytes, which I was hoping that I would find a 64, because they usually do. It's either 16, 32, or 64. And the bigger the better, because I need to move a lot of files over. So that's what I got. Now, the total came to $119. But again, I had those $30 in points that I could use. So I used those, and it went down to $89.67. And there happened to be a promotion just today that if you spend over $50, you get 5,000 bonus points. So even with like using my $30, that only took me down to $89.67, which kept me still above the $50. So I was able to get the bonus points as well. So use the $30, but I now have $10 for next time, because with that 5,000, that bumped me up, and I was able to make it 10,000 points with like everything that I bought plus the bonus points. So again, and I will preach this till the day I die. If you are at a store that you go to regularly, by all means, by all that is good and holy, please get the points card. It is worth it. It is worth it. These are tough times, people. Get your points card so that it can help you with later things. So now I have $10 that I can use for next time if I need something. I needed that USB plus like a whole like bunch of other stuff, but mainly for that USB, and I was able to take $30 off of it. It was 50, $54.99 for the USB. So I basically, not even like factoring in the other stuff, I basically paid like $20 for it. So that was awesome. So went to the library, and first they had the little section of books for sale, which they don't, I haven't noticed it in my other libraries. I've only noticed it in this one. And they had the most beautiful edition of the Three Musketeers. I have loved the movie version that I've seen of the Three Musketeers. The sort of the two movies. The one that was a sort of like set in that universe, The Man in the Iron Mask, with Gabriel Byrne and Leonardo DiCaprio, John Malkovich. Fantastic movie set in sort of in that universe. And the actual like Three Musketeers movie from a very, very long time ago, like in the 90s, with Chris O'Donnell, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt. I think that's it. Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, who's not Oliver Platt. Yes. So, Three Musketeers. And this beautiful, like, this edition is just gorgeous. And I got it for $2 because it was on the little book sale rack thing. So beautiful. Now, mind you, the type is hella tiny. Hella very much tiny. But I very much look forward to reading this because it's on the list of one of the classics that I wanted to read. So happy to find that. And picked up some DVDs from the library. Most of them are horror because I was sort of in a horror movie mood. So I might react to some of these and I might just watch some. First one is Malignant, and it's the director is the same director who did the Conjuring movies. Next is not a horror movie, but The Zookeeper's Wife with Jessica Chastain, and I remember seeing the trailer for this and really, really loving it. Now, I know what you're saying. If you've seen the trailer, you're probably like, well, not necessarily a circus. It's more like it's a zoo. But, and yeah, I'm not much for like circus, zoo things or whatever. But this is set in World War II, during World War II, and it's about helping with the Nazi resistance. So, yes, I am very much looking forward to watching this. And I remember when the trailer came out, I was definitely interested in watching this movie. So, we got that. Then we have The Banishing, which is another horror movie, apparently about a haunted house. So, we'll probably might be reacting to this one. I'm pretty sure I'll be reacting to this one because it looks like one of those classic banana sandwich B cult classic horror movies. The Howling. With Dee Wallace. Oh my goodness. I know her. Supernatural fans, you know her too. Um, she was in that episode with the deaf girl Eileen, Eileen, and she was the blonde woman who I believe kept hitting on Sam. I think so. Uh, yeah. So Dee Wallace, and this looks all kinds of weird and banana sandwich creepy. I mean, that cover, I'm sorry. That is just perfection. Perfect crazy sauce. So I'm pretty sure that I will be reacting to this one. So look forward to that. Yeah, and that's about it that I got. So, going to start lunch, and then I'm going to tweak probably my supernatural reaction for episode 9 because when I tried to put it up on YouTube, YouTube blocked it. And so I tried that I was going to do it sort of in parts. So part 1, like sort of split it. Part 1 is up, and it's it's claimed copyright, but it's not blocked, so that's a good sign. So I tried to do part two, they blocked that. So I think I'm gonna have to split it in three. But I'm encouraged that if I split it, then we should be okay. So yeah, sort of going to start lunch, gonna tweak on that. Going to do some editing. I was gonna do my book wrap up for today, but I don't think I will today because it's a bit. It'll be getting a bit late. Um, so yeah, gonna do some editing. Maybe my Lost reaction I'll do. I might do. Um, yeah, I might do some editing for that. And then sort of just do some reading. And I can't think of like what else I need to do today. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. And tomorrow I am planning to go to my thrift store because I want to use up the like this is the last week that I can use the holiday employee discount, the extra little 50 where like everything is 50%. This week is the last week that I can do it because it's over in January. So at the end of December, that'll be it. So I have to use it this week. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, so I guess I will talk to you guys later. So went on my walk um, and came back and just finished lunch. Um, I went down to the thrift store to use up the last bit of my employee holiday discount um, and got some stuff. Went to the Portuguese market that is close by to pick up some stuff as well. So I think I'm going to show you guys that first. I'm going to show you my little grocery haul first. First thing I got was this bag of scabbard, black scabbard fish. And it is my, see in there, this is my favorite kind of fish because it's not, I don't mind like salty, but because I like codfish, like you have to like put it in water and like change the water often and stuff, otherwise it will be like mind-numbingly salty. But so that takes some work. But black scabbard, the fish is like kind of almost sweet, not like sugary sweet, but like just very like it's good. It's really good. If you're not a fan of fish because you don't like, you think it tastes fishy or whatever, try black scabbard because that's really good. I also got, let me move this over so I can stick it back in the freezer. I also got a tray of limpets, which in Portuguese we call them lapas, and they're kind of like clams, almost kind of like clams in that it's shellfish, and it's just like the shell is sort of like open, and they you can find them on they attach themselves to rocks and stuff. These are so good, either cooked or raw. I'm going to definitely put some aside to have for later. They're so good. you can have them raw, you can cook them, you can fry them, just some butter, lemon juice, whatever seasonings you want on it. So good. Um, but what I actually went there, I went there to get the black scabbard fish and garlic powder, which garlic powder I have up in my pantry already, my cupboard already, because I used it to make something for lunch. I also got rice, the sort of Italian arborio style rice. This is the brand of rice that I like, the Unico, sort of like Portuguese or like European sort of kind of rice. Because the box of rice that I got yesterday, the minute rice, not the best. I do not really like the consistency of it. Like, I'll keep it as sort of like a backup for when I run out of the good rice. So, glad I got that. And I got the best chocolate ever is Portuguese chocolate. And they come in like different flavors. They come in, the one I got is pineapple. And it's so, so good. And I usually see it come in like the slimmer sort of packets. But this is the first time I've seen it in like an actually like big bar. The bars are usually like smaller. They're usually like just about like an inch or so, maybe about an inch or so. Um, but yeah, this is like a big bar, so I was very happy to get that. And thank you, baby Jesus. I got my fruity teas. Thank you. Like my Portuguese market is just the best. I got my fruity teas. I got the Lipton black tea forest fruits. We have blackberry, raspberry, and strawberry. So good. I'm so happy. And I found another one there, and it's sort of the same sort of fruit tea. Caffeine free. Does this one have caffeine in it? Black tea, maybe? And fruit tea. This one, what are you? Does it say what kinds? This one says brew for 8 minutes. Usually it's 5. Okay, this one's special. So it has hibiscus, rose hips, orange peels, apples, lemon peels, elderberries. Sounds good. So that is what I got from my little Portuguese market. So happy. Put that back in there. And at my thrift store, I got also some stuff. First, let's do the clothes stuff first. I wanted to get another pair of black pants and another either like nightgown or pajamas. So I ended up getting black pants and pajamas. Let's call the whole thing off. You know that song? Comment below. Okay. So those are the black pants. If you can see, just some simple sort of black pants. And a nice cozy nightgown. See that there? There's a tip there. And that's what the non-bookish stuff that I got. For the bookish stuff that I got, we have an old school Harlequin, Emma Darcy's The Wrong Mirror. And this is, I believe it's from 1986 and first published as a Mills and Boon. Then we have Beverly Jenkins, Night Song. And I've always wanted to try Beverly Jenkins, so I thought I'd pick this one up. Then we have Kate Quinn, which the Rose Code did not work for me. I have another of her books on my TBR there that I'm going to give another try to, because I want to, she writes like her books are set during like World War II, and I really like that, and I keep, wanting to try, and so I read the back for this one, and it's called The Huntress, and the plot sounds really, really good. So I am hopeful that I'm going to like this one. This next one is a book that I read and loved, and it's one of the few Danielle Steels that worked for me. And I thought I had it in my keeper. I thought I had it in my keeper shelf, but I didn't, and I don't know where it went because I remember loving this book. And Danielle Steel doesn't always work for me. She either like, because she's very much tell and not show. The two Danielle Steels that worked for me with this one, so this is the third Danielle Steel that I read that worked for me. The first two were, oh my god, the title just fell out of my head. Zoya, Jesus, Zoya, and the second one was Star. Those two and this one are the three Danielle Steels that I have read that I've really like enjoyed very much. So I'm glad to get this one back and put it back on my keeper shelf where it belongs. So put that there. And this one I got because I remember in YA, as I was growing up, the two big sort of authors were R.L. Stine, Fear Street, and Christopher Pike. And I found this. It's called Remember Me, and I believe it is it's a trilogy, and it's all three books in this in the trilogy are in here, and it's Remember Me, The Return, and The Last Story. And it is about a girl who is murdered, and she, I guess, as a ghost, she discovers that one of her, she's trying to find her killer from the other side, and she realizes that it was one of her friends. So, yeah, I'm not a big like mystery person or whatever, but this, like, I remember like Christopher Pike. I was more of a R.L. Stine girl. My sister was more of a Christopher Pike. So I read the back of it and I thought, I think I would like to read that. And my classic that I picked up was To Kill a Mockingbird, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And I don't think I have it already, but I could be wrong. I kept looking at it, I'm thinking, like, I don't think I have it. but I kept like going back and forth, like, do I have it? Do I not have it? But got that. So there we go. So that's what I got from the thrift store. Um, Weather-wise, it was nice. It was nice. It's like 9, 10 degrees now, or maybe the temperature's dropping. But was kind of gloomy and yeah, it's like 10 degrees right now. It was kind of gloomy and damp. um, and but just like cold-wise, it wasn't like really cold. Just kind of a little chilly and not sunny or anything like that. It's kind of gloomy. Um, I forgot to mention that for my work at book that I read like at work, I'm actually reading Helen Biancon's Alessandro's Prize, and I am all just a smidge more to be halfway through, and I have to say I'm very much enjoying it. It is um, I especially like that the heroine Lily is like going to be like she's a chef and she's working towards opening her own restaurant. She is in Italy. She's in Milan with her aunt, I believe her aunt or goddaughter or godmother. Um, Her aunt and godmother. I think the aunt is also her godmother, and she there's a like history between her and the hero Alessandro. I think she had been engaged, or either she, yeah, I think she'd been engaged, and he turned out to be a cheating ass butt. But and I think Alessandro has sort of always carried a torch for her. But and now that fiance is a cheating ass butt, she's now free, and so he's sort of like making his move. But I'm finding it like really Harlequin Presents. I love this line, and but he's not an alpha hole. Like he's not like overbearing or anything. I'm loving like the dynamic between them. It's just like it's just delightful, like how they're just like um friends and sort of like just the way that they are together is like very very enjoyable to read. And yeah, I really like the relationship between them and sort of watching that grow. So enjoying that very very much. Um, and I am continuing to read Anne of the Island and absolutely loving it. And two reasons why I'm not taking this one to work. One, hardcovers I don't usually like taking to work because they're a bit like more cumbersome to sort of like just cart around in my uh, bag. But also I don't want to finish it too soon. So I sort of only want to read it like when I'm home and sort of like, in between doing things, and it's just I want to make it last because I don't want to finish the series too soon. But absolutely loving it. Turns out that Anne and Gilbert and a friend of Anne's from uh, Avonlea, Priscilla, are all at the same school. Like I thought that it was like a different that Gilbert was going to a different school because the whole like co-ed thing, back in time, like they didn't really like. But I think Redmond is like one of the few schools that were starting to do like the co-ed thing. So he's actually in the same school as her, which I'm happy about. Um, and we met Philippa, who is a treat. Philippa is a very interesting girl. She's it's hard to explain. She's vain, but she's not mean. Like it's yeah. And she always sort of has like boys like swarming around her. And I'm like I like Philippa. She's a treat. Um there was a moment there though when she mentioned that yeah, she has all these boys swarming around her, but the one she really likes is this one named Gilbert, who is so handsome. And as soon as she said that, my Phoebe came out and I was like, that's not for you, bitch. But luckily, luckily Philippa understands that she even says it that like Gilbert like doesn't really pay her any mind and kind of treats her like a little nice little kitten that he wants to pet, um, and clearly has eyes for somebody else. So, and she realizes that that somebody is Anne. I've started Queen of the South season 4, and I'm so happy because Kellyanne is alive. I knew it. I knew she was alive. I knew that what I had seen in the future, like of stuff that happened, that was still was gonna happen, and that I wasn't seeing anything like that I was mistaken about anything. No, she's alive. James let her go, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And yeah, uh, her Teresa's nephew Tony gets um gets kidnapped, and um Kellyanne actually like risks her life to keep him safe and like comes out of hiding to keep him safe. Important to note it. Important note about that. And like Pote actually ends up like finding her and is like, what the hell? Like you're supposed to be dead and everything. And Kellyanne's like, James, let me go, and like that whole like explanation. Um, and you can tell that he's happy about it. Um, but he's like, I don't know like what Teresa's gonna say about it because she wanted James to kill you. Um, and then Kellyanne is like, I understand that, and like I'm not running anymore. If Teresa like still wants me dead, I'm just, I'm ready to sort of face that. Um, and that made me like when Teresa does find out that she's still alive. Um, she doesn't order her to be killed again, but she's sort of like, I can't trust you. You betrayed my trust. I don't want you anywhere near me, like, or my business or whatever. And then she turns to Pote and goes, um, she's staying here, like, you have her here, like, as your guest. It's not up to me. I'm not going to order you, sort of, to kill her, I guess. Um, but you have to decide I'll leave it to you to decide whether you want her to stay or to go. But I don't want her anywhere near me or my business, blah, blah. And that pissed me off a little bit. Because when not so much from came back from the dead, her boyfriend came back, who not only did he come back, but he was working with the cops. She forgave him and was all like, still like, even though she was like, had the happy pants for James, she forgave, what's his name? Garrow? Her boyfriend that she thought was dead came back, and like she forgave him, and was like still like you know loved him, and like was like with him, and like it brings me it it pushes that button of mine of women who will so easily forgive their boyfriends, but if it's not a man that they're in a relationship with or what have you, if it's like a woman who does something to them, or um, sort of not connected, but in the sense of like, if a man were to cheat with, then the girl would be pissed off at the woman and not the man who she's with. That button that irks me to no end, it kind of give me that sort of vibe. Like, Kellyanne told you why she did what she did. It wasn't out of any malice. She just made a stupid mistake. Your boyfriend was willingly working with the cops and willingly, like, let you believe that he was dead. This was not no stupid mistake that he made. He willingly made that choice, and you forgave him, and you were all like lovey-dovey with him. Kellyanne stood by you, made a stupid mistake, went into hiding, came back to save your nephew's ass, and you're still bitchy with her? Oh, that made me pissed off at Teresa. And I will say this. I'm so happy that Kellyanne is back, and I love Pote so much. And I'm really, really looking forward to that uh, relationship developing. Um, because there's the scene where Kellyanne tries to. Pote's a great cook. That's like one of he's a fantastic killer and a fantastic cook. Those are his two amazing claims to fame. Um, and Kellyanne tries to make him breakfast, and it doesn't go well. But he pretends that he likes it for her sake. And I'm like, he's so in love with her. He hasn't said anything about it. He hasn't said anything, like, made any sort of like overtures or anything. But you can tell that he is starting to fall for her. And I'm so happy to see sort of where that goes. Because, um, oh, and there's like the whole like thing with like King George, and I love that character so, so much. He and like, the bartender, at, Teresa's new like bar, because they're in New Orleans now. Um, they like get kidnapped. Teresa, or the bartender, and King George get kidnapped, and there's like that whole thing there, and but they get saved. Um, and so like I really, really love that. But apart from that, I find that season 4, for me, doesn't quite have the same magic of the first 3 seasons. This one, like, it just feels like it's missing, like, Camilla isn't in this season yet. I don't know if she's going to show up. I hope she does, because I want, like, and I get it, like, she's, Teresa, like, as herself, is rebuilding her side of the empire now. And, like, I get that. But I wanted to, or I want more of Camilla and Teresa sort of going head to head. Um, and I need James to come back, because Teresa is like, she's with this guy who is a musician. He's a very nice guy. He's a very cute guy. He's not James. Every time I see her with this guy, and she's trying to be like all happy, and like he knows nothing about her business, um, and like I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall, and kind of it end up being revealing that he's actually like some kind of drug has something to do with her business, or is like going to betray her or something. I don't know. But that's sort of what the show has done to me. Like, you can't trust anybody. Um, but yeah, like right now she's sort of with him and trying to sort of like keep that little happy bubble separate from her business. And I'm just like, no, no, that's not gonna work. And I don't want her with this musician guy. Again, he's very nice. He's very nice to look at, but he's not James. She belongs with James, with somebody who knows the business and who can have her back throughout, who she doesn't have to hide things from. So I'm waiting for. I need James to come back. I need Camilla to come back. Um, because right now the parts of the show that I am enjoying the most are Kellyanne and Pote, and occasionally King George when he shows up. Shows up. Um, Javier. Javier, also known as Father Tomas from The Exorcist. Uh, Alfonso Herrera is fantastic as this banana sandwich guy who is like he's very like sort of like violent and stuff, but he's trying to like hold that back because he wants to be a part of Teresa's organization. And Teresa is like, I don't want violence, I want to do things differently and blah blah. But there's this racist ass butt who like runs sort of like runs like the liquor board, and this guy kept pushing Javier's buttons and kept pushing, and Javier, I will say, Javier lasted longer than I would have. So, finally, his give a damn is busted, and he and um, this old, this other associate of Teresa's, who's running a different part of her business in Sinaloa, they end up killing this racist liquor board guy, and I'm not mad about it. But them getting rid of it was the liquor board guy and I think the guy's bodyguard that they both ended up killing, and them traipsing through the woods to hide the bodies was so enjoyable. It was such an enjoyable uh, moment. Uh, Very nice, sort of like uh, dialogue, sort of between the two of them, and like just crazy, crazy. Highly, highly enjoyed it. It's so weird to see my precious cupcake Father Tomas as a killer. But yeah, really, really enjoyed that bit. So there are bits about the season that I do enjoy, but overall, I'd say it's missing the magic of the first three seasons. So I need James to come back. I need Camilla to come back. Um, yeah. So, yeah, it's starting to get dark because I'm a little late with this update because I, went out and got back late and had my lunch first and did all that. So, got a nice surprise from the workers' compensation bit uh, that I had been dealing with ever since I hurt myself at work back in October. I got a one last little check from them, which is very nice and will help towards, helping out, making up for the money that I spent over for Christmas. So that'll like help with that. Tomorrow, I am planning to go to Type Books again because I want to get that book of poetry from book of Pablo Neruda poetry that was like $30. That's all I'm planning to get tomorrow, because your girl's getting paid tomorrow, but it's also rent time tomorrow, or in time for like the first. Um, so that's sort of the plan for tomorrow. Yeah, so for the rest of the day tonight, I'm just sort of going to take it easy. I haven't done my book wrap up yet. I might do that tomorrow depending on what time I come back. Um, yeah. So gonna watch some more, gonna read some more, and just sort of take it easy for the rest of the day. So I will talk to you guys later. So just got back from my walk, and I have lunch sort of almost ready to go. I'm having fish today, the black scabbard that I showed you guys yesterday. And I'm thinking maybe mashed potatoes. Um, yeah, fish and sort of mashed potato. And I just finished recording actually my book wrap up for the month of December, which was pretty good month. And yeah, so that will probably already be up by the time this goes up. So the walk was great. Temperature-wise, it was even nicer than yesterday. So that was really, really lovely. Walked to Type Books to pick up I'm so happy. This big ass book. Oh, it's blurbed by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the greatest poet of the 20th century in any language. I would agree with that. Poetry of Pablo Neruda. And it's a big boy. It's a big boy, and it was sort of my, like, Christmas treat to myself. And how many pages is that? I think, like, the almost 600 poems in here. This makes me so happy. About 900 pages. About 900 pages. So looking forward to this. Oh, his stuff is just beautiful, beautiful. And I also saw a book of poetry of Rilke's poetry, which I've heard really, really good things about. The Book of Hours, I think, is the one they had. But yeah, but this is what caught my eye when I first went there, and your girl was waiting to get paid to be able to go and grab it, and grabbed it today. So happy. And yeah, it was just so nice. It was such a nice walk, and just very, very happy. Then I went to the bank because I had to deposit some stuff. And yeah, went to my little cafe here, and they had one left. One cheese Danish left. Very happy about that. Gonna have that later with my tea. So yeah, let me put that in over there. So Anne of the Island, I am totally so enjoying it. We're at the part where Anne is pretty much getting proposed to by everybody that she does not want to get proposed to by. And so she's still sort of fighting her feelings a little bit for Gilbert, but it's getting harder. because we have some moments of jealousy. And even though, like, it's, she's sort of like taking things kind of the wrong way, that she thinks Gilbert is like interested in these girls, but he's not. Um, and yeah, we're just she and Priscilla and Philippa, who I like Philippa, but she walks sort of like the knife edge of offensive. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not okay. But then it's like I I still like her. I still like her at this point. She hasn't done anything as of quite yet where I'm like, no, she's not coming back from that. I don't like her at all. But apparently she and Priscilla and Anne have decided to rent a house together. So that's sort of where we are. And I'm absolutely loving this book and this whole series so very much. I am going to make my lunch, um, going to be editing the weekly vlog from last week and get that ready for tomorrow. My supernatural reaction stuff seemed like my reactions, I think there seem to be okay on YouTube, like they don't have any like blocks or anything like that. So I think that's sort of the way that I'm going to be doing it from now on with like if they end up blocking like the whole video, then I seem to like it seems to be that I'm going to have to break them up in either 2 or 3 bits, and that seems to work. So I think that's going to be the idea sort of going forward with my reactions for my on that reaction channel, which when you're on this channel, it's mostly like you'll get like the preview clips with the link to that reaction channel, because I don't have the numbers for that reaction channel yet to be able to get my URL. It's growing, and that's nice. Love seeing that. Love to see it keep growing so that eventually I can get its own URL for it. So that would be really great. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for. Oh no, I wanted to mention. I don't. I always like kind of try and do like New Year's resolutions, but I don't really like talk about them much. But I thought I would just mention, since we are like it's December 30 when I'm recording this. Um, for like New Year's resolutions, I've decided that I'm gonna try and do a thing. I don't think I'm gonna be successful at this thing, but and okay, I've decided that in the new year, I am not going to buy any more books until that nope until that pile is gone. Until that pile has been either like book haul videoed or like sort of like moved to like my TBR, and it can only be moved to my TBR if I make space on my TBR, and I can only make space on my TBR if I read the books on my TBR. So I have set a goal for myself that I am not going to buy any more books until that pile there, those piles are gone. With one exception. Free little libraries don't count because I'm not spending money on those, and they're free books. So, on the vlogs and stuff going forward, I will not be showing you books that I have bought, unless, no, not like bought. I will not be showing you books that I have bought. Books that I will show you will only be from free little libraries. That's the goal. Do we think that I will achieve this goal? Do we? Comment down below if you think that I will fail miserably at this goal. Also, writing-wise, I want to, this year I will be polishing up and republishing a previous book that had been previously published that is not available right now, called Wanted, and it is a historical romance. So I will be publishing that in 2023. And working on something new. So I want to sort of do that, have it one, because there's stuff in like my backlist where like I got the rights back for it and stuff that like I want to, you know, republish and like put out there. And of course there's works in progress that I have in a file cabinet that you can't see, but all these books here, they're standing on a file cabinet. And there's like tons and tons of manuscripts in that file cabinet. Even though I am constantly having ideas for new books that I just need to like write down. And of course, the bright shiny idea is the one that you want to work on like right now. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a work in progress that I'm going to be working on, or if it's going to be the bright shiny new idea. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to republish an older book and something new. So yeah, that's sort of the plan for the year. So I think that's going to be it for this video. And yeah, hope everybody had a great holiday. And I'm wishing you all the good things in the new year. 2022. That was a time. Bye.